Before before we get started with this video, for those who are wondering about the if you subscriber special, we need you guys' help. We need questions. We have already up to 2 questions already. Now we just need 6 more questions. That's all we kinda need. Anyways, if you want know more details, the link to a video about the subscriber special will be down in the description below. Anyways, that's all is needed. Now time for look at what's been recently up with Anam. So last weekend I talked about a little bit about Anami and what's been going on. And I want to clarify something before we do continue on today's episode, as it's very interesting. Hold on for a second again. Okay, so anyways, the thing I needed to clear up real quick was when I did the last video, some of us thought that I was talking about GPReed starting a cult. That is not true. I was explaining that Unami was the one starting a group and was trying to target GPReeds to join that group. That's all I was saying. I wasn't saying Mikey or GPReeds was talking about anything. The only thing was I was making a connection to the dad references, which, by the way, I may do another video on that soon about that. But for now, we'll be talking about a video that recently been popping up. That recently popped up today, and it was a great day because apparently this video shed a light on a major answers that really rocked the boat. This video is called Watcher's Light Memory Shard Day 23 of 32. It's definitely a very interesting thing that really hit the bell on a lot of things, and this video is important not only because it's interesting on how what's fascinating about it, but what makes this video super duper important is because of what just been revealed. And it's very important because not only does this finally solve the connection to Ragdoll in this, but this also kind of gives us shed some light on what is going on with GPReeds. And it's definitely a very interesting video. I will cut through most of the important stuff, but for now, just keep your eyes out on anything else. Also worth note, there are a bit of flashes, but due to the fact that I try to do the triangle thing all the time, yeah, I'm not going to do that again, but this video is much more important than that. Here we go.
Wow, this one's coming up quick. You know, sun sets and sun rises really fast these days. But, anyway, so it is 6:24 a.m. and I just finished talking with the cultist in the woods. Whatever you want to call him. So, 3 o'clock this morning, I was digging in the park like I usually do. And we're sacrificing a chicken. I do not condone animal sacrifices, obviously. I'm not that kind of person. I like animals a lot, so I wouldn't be doing that. But I wouldn't think anyway. But anyway, they were sacrificing a chicken, and I got talking to them. And there's one I've met before. I think his name's Charles. I don't know. He has a very thick accent, so it's kind of hard to tell what he's saying. But I think he said his name was Charles, and I met with Charles again. He's a pretty nice guy. And I actually met a couple other ones too. I met Lacey. She pulled up her mask, and so did Charles, and I got to talk to them. But there was about 10 others this time. But they had their masks on. They kept them on. They didn't say anything, so I have no idea who they are, if they're male or female. So they had pretty big outfits. It's extremely cold. They had a campfire though, which is nice. That warmed me up because it's like 24 degree watcher lights, and it was based off the heavenly bodies, sun, moon, and stars. And it was like if I drew these, the light in the dark when I was scared, the lights would somehow protect me. I don't know. I was a little kid, but I used to draw the watcher lights all the time, and I just thought it was kind of weird that somebody drew a similar symbols and then left it on my door. And I've actually got a little bit of a story behind that. Um, I thought someone was peeking in through my kitchen window, and so I turned the lights on and I saw somebody duck down, which was super scary. So I don't know. I was going through a rough patch last year. I was already kind of in a bad mental state. But talking to the woods cult, or whatever you want to call them, I'm going to call them the woods people. Talking to the people in the woods last night, they cleared up that they were not the ones trying to curse me. I don't know if it was maybe my freaking neighbors or somebody else, but they weren't the ones trying to curse me. So that's good. I found out that that they're not exactly friendly, but they're not trying to get to me. But they are trying to get to, which I'm probably gonna have to redact that name because I don't know anybody I'm talking about. But well, those of you who know, but yeah, they've been watching him as well. Let's just say they have their own ghillie suits, but they're watching him as well, just in case he's doing something bad, because a lot of people suspect he is. I suspect he is, and also there's a certain lady there that I've been. I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, they're watching that person, and they are not after me. So yeah, I live in the Twilight Zone. Welcome to. I'll probably have to redact that as well.
Okay, so literally multiple things to point out with that. First off, the reason why it was out in the morning or evening, or I don't know when this thing was posted. Well, it posted earlier today, but who knows when that video was taken. I'm going to say morning. He said he was digging holes and burying something. Well, we didn't say that, but it's very strange because the way he looks and way he has that shovel, it looks more like a grave digger, and possibly he's hiding something with those holes. I haven't heard since then, and that's only because I'm a recent viewer, so I haven't caught up with most of the GPReeds, but it's very interesting. But second of all, more importantly, he mentioned about a cult called the Woods People. Well, that's what he's calling it. And the big three things that he said connecting to this story was A, there was obviously mask. They were wearing masks. B, they were practicing something with a chicken. And C, what was C? Oh gosh, I'm blanking on. Hold on. Oh yeah, he recognized a woman there that he wouldn't go into detail. Now, here's the thing. I actually may know who this cult might be. Now, if you guys recall from a couple videos back when I talked about Ragdoll in Connection, and for those of you who don't remember, he mentions that he was part of some group known as Magician Academy or something. I have to relook my flip note and watch that video again because, that took a very long time. But if you recall, he said he was part of some sort of group, and guess what? He wears masks. And one of the rules that Ragdoll said that I want to say sensei or someone who's in charge of the cult, or well, if it is a cult, if it is the one of the rules was said you must keep your mask all the time. That means Ragdoll was the woman GPReed must have met, and that cult must be the cult that Ragdoll is in. That would explain how he's connected to the Ragdoll. Well, explain how Ragdoll is connected to all this, and it explains what's going on with her. She's actually in a cult. Which isn't a surprise. I kind of figured that out even without that, but this does confirm that Ragdoll, no doubt, if my theory is correct, this does heavily confirm that Ragdoll is a part of this in some way or another. Now, the major thing of the chicken, though, that's actually kind of usual when it comes to cults. But the reason why I mention that now is that's another bird. Apparently, there's a lot of birds referenced in this. And there's something I need to mention a while back that I should have mentioned, but there's another person in Instagram. I think I mentioned this, but there's another person in Instagram named Phoenix. And believe it or not, he's named after Phoenix, which at the very beginning of me starting this series, of looking into GPReeds, he mentions Phoenix. There obviously is another connection there, but who knows if that Instagram user is connected. However, the other biggest thing that really hits the bell and may provide certain answers is, of course, Naomi. Why? Well, if you recall correctly, especially if those who watched the full film, but let me explain. He just said that a couple months back, and I did not see this, but I think he did, in fact, make a video on this. But a couple months back, in I think it was September, he had someone broke into his house, set free cards or notes on his porch or something, and the notes had a star, a sun, and a moon. Pretty much the three major constellations in astronomy. And he kind of explained, that it reminded him of his childhood. That is very big because you might be wondering why. Well, let me show you the other recent videos the recent video of Naomi put, and actually bring you back to another one, and it may start making major sense.
Choose Naomi. Stop the hate. Choose love.
That's right. All three of those members have moon symbols, even though the last one is debatable if Mikey is there. I haven't spoke to him yet about the situation, but he probably still thinks he's a clone, blah blah. But those major two had a moon symbol. Now moons are very interesting in folklore, so much so that I might even have to make a separate video on explaining why. But the point is, this will mean that there's three factors attacking GPReed, or rather, two factors attacking him. He might be either the sun or the star, the same thing with Ragdoll's group, and then we can confirm that the moon is Naomi. That means three factors are playing into this. Now, here's the major question. Why is there a heavy connection between that and, of course, Naomi? And why on earth is this a very interesting thing? Like, what's the major connection? There could be a couple. There could be witchcraft. There could be some secrecy. But it does make sense because this all ties in back to a lot of things. This also kind of hints at what may be going on with Naomi and why she had that thing done. In reality, what even makes this thing even more crazy is when you kind of hit the realization that Naomi did not visit a real doctor. She possibly visited a witch doctor, a doctor that makes sense, that used potions and stuff. That would explain why she couldn't. That's explain why she has those mental drugs issues because, you know, it could also explain why her surgery along with her father's did not work because she split, and it was because of that split. Now there is one more question to the video that a lot of people may answer. Question is who is that? Who is the third party, aka Ragdoll's cult after? I hate to say this, and I'm not trying to put any spotlights on me, believe me, but I think he might be referring to me. Now, this is because of major factors. One, as you guys know, I just talked to Ragdoll, of course. And believe it or not, most of Ragdoll's and Naomi's Patreons on Instagram has been following me. So, it could be possible that Naomi and, of course, Ragdoll's cult could be after me. It's unknown if that's the case. But it does beg some questions. Another theory is Mikey himself. Because here's the thing that adds to the fuel to the fire. Because he said him. And only two other people I can think of that's truly would make sense that the Colts would be after is either me or Mikey. Now Mikey's already been after with Naomi, and who knows that what. But of course, that would mean me. Now he could be talking about someone else, of course. In fact, that's the reason why he had to blurb it out. But until we figure out what he meant by that, I don't know. Now, the other reason why I consider that as me and not try to put my spotlight is because I learned that a lot of people try not to do too much shout outs at me. I mean, I already been shout out once a little bit, but even then, that was in one of Naomi's videos, and even then, that was just a teaser. But at this point, I really don't know. He might be more talking about Mikey than me, but then again, I did in fact talk to Ragdoll and figure out, and he did specifically said that that Colt is after someone. Could be me. Who knows? I mean, I could. He blurred out so good. Anyways, yeah, that's my full thoughts on the whole video. I'm glad he released it today because in actuality, I did not actually had nothing to truly give to you guys. But that's what happened. But for now, I don't know. But what this does confirm though also is Naomi is a cult. And to be fair, I don't think they're a very technically evil cult. I don't know how bad they are, but the way this stuff looks, it kind of very interesting. Like, what makes this even more crazy is the fact that they're trying to not be very cult-like, but you can tell they are. Because, hey, if they're putting symbols on their hands, that tells you something's up. But anyways, yeah, I really have no idea what to say now. We'll just have to roll the dice and see what's happening. And I will, in fact, update a little bit more later on this week, a little bit, if I feel like it. I mean, I don't know. I still gotta get some more facts of it. But I'm planning to do a little bit of spin-off episodes, 2 spin-off or filler arcs explaining the connection to why this whole thing might be based off another ARG that could also back up to what's going on, and also now doing the explanation on the stars, moons, and sun, which will be pretty interesting. But for now, like I said, it's definitely a very this is definitely one of the biggest ARGs I ever encountered, even more so than I have encountered plenty of interesting ARGs that make a lot of sense, like Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, Ghost Cat, or Cat Ghost, and of course, Nazasumi Steps, which all of them were fine, and also, let's not forget Poppy and what else? Oh yeah, and some of Adult Swim's bumpers, but this one is definitely hitting the head and a nail, and I hate this, I really hated that the fact that there's these big ARG channels that are not tackling this issue, because in reality, I mean tackling the thing, not issue, but because in reality, you gotta give thumbs up to GPReed. He's really busting his butt and doing this stuff, and it's awesome. Makes me really want to get back in ARG, but again, I don't want to do that because of reasons, and also because I still have my issues now with it, thanks to who, and I'm gonna actually do blurb it out because we all know who I'm talking to. If you don't, just look down through my videos and you probably figure out who it is. Anyways, again, I just gotta say wow, and I'll keep you guys posted and figure out what's going on, and I'll send a description down below to Ragdoll's Instagram channel, along with Naomi's channel in Instagram, and of course, let's not forget GPReed. Now, one more thing, and just a little bit of a repeat for those of you who are kind of new with this video. Make sure you guys, and you can do it on this video as well. Make sure you guys ask me some questions. I don't mind at all. Whatever questions you ask me, just make sure you guys, because we only have 2 now, and I'm thankful for those 2. I just wish we get more because, I really do want to do this 80th subscriber special, and I really don't want to make up my own questions. But so far we only got 2, so we just got 6 more go, and just 8. And once I get 8, I'll wait a little bit longer and make a deadline until I need to do the 80 if special. But you can even ask more than that. I'm willing to take any question. We just need questions because I know you guys are probably wondering what am I and blah blah blah, and I really do want to answer those. But anyways, I talk too much. I think we're about done with this. So yeah, this has been Floxcat snapping out of here, and again, Naomi, Ragdoll, and GPReeds. I got my eyes on you. I think I'm hitting very close with this. There gotta be some answers soon, but that is a big reveal. There's no doubt, and I may be definitely wrong if I'm being after by that cult, because who knows? It could be by Mikey or it could be me. But I do know this: I gotta keep my eyes open because something's going on, and it's sooner or later I am definitely going to get mentioned. Not like I don't mind, because let's just see how this goes. Because I'm thinking I'm thinking I'm pretty much pissing off Naomi and whoever this new cult is. But anyways, snapping out of here. Bye.